from parts unknown. And I'm pretty close to right on time tonight. And I hope everybody's having a great evening. Once again, I am multi-streaming, so we're going to wait for some folks to get in. I appreciate everybody that's coming to watch the live stream tonight and everybody who watches after the video gets posted. So this saves me from having to re-upload a lot of stuff. And I'm getting a little more proficient at how things are supposed to be worked out for these multi-streams. Please let me know if I have a steady signal. Ha. Just fiddling around with the buttons, folks. So keep an eye on my timer. I see that it appears to be running smooth. So anyway, Bragg, BLINKS, Mercon, SEETHES. The case for RICO is growing. Boy, stuff is getting sprinkled out there for everybody. A little bit of everything for everybody. You know who got implicated in the protests going around all the campuses? Georgie Porgy Soriosio, we're hearing his name cropping up, and Mr. T's brought his name up a number of times, and we're going to hear it more and more often. Remember when Fox News was shutting down, people wouldn't let him say his name? I have to say his name in a weird way for the platform I'm on. But it's going to be where his name is brought up so much that they're not going to be able to, just like with the election interference and problems with the counts and all those type of things. Used to get you taken down in a flash. Now they had to ease up on them because there's so many hundreds and hundreds of creators who are bringing that issue up. It has to be addressed, and the mainstream media can't ignore it. Same thing with Georgie Porgy Soriosio, right? So, let me see if everybody's making it in tonight. Oh, yeah, we got people coming in. Hi, Sherry. How you doing? Stephanie, good evening. Diane, single songwriter. Nice to see you all. Andrew, nice to see you. Pappy Two Bears. Georgia. Kim, it's nice to see you all. So, once again, I'm using another Kennedy quote on a thumbnail. I was going to put one up about Georgie Porgy Soriosio, but I'll save that for another one. And you will be seeing more Kennedy thumbnails because, hey, that is going to be one of the big shocks that people are going to learn. That's going to be a big part of the many stories that were told when what I believe is going to be the loop, the 8-hour video loop that it will play for days in multiple languages for everybody around the world to see. Hello, Mr. Kibler. How you doing? So, let's see. Yeah, okay, good. I'm caught up. Nice to see you. Well, yeah, we know it's coming. Now, I guess you all heard, or maybe most of you have heard, that stinky, creepy old Joe, or his puppets, actually. Hi, Debbie. Are thinking of declaring a CVID emergency, right? And giving Biden or whoever all the powers that go along with declaring an emergency. And we're thinking about a climate emergency, really. And that would give them the same powers as the CVID. See what I was talking about? How that has to be criminalized? This fraudulent science. Here we go. You know, I was thinking on the new channel I have, I'm up to a whopping 97 subscribers, and I appreciate everybody that's gone over there. All one word, Mountain Man Speaks on YouTube. And that happens to be the same name I have on Bumble. Let me see if I'm having a good transmission. Everything's going smooth, I hope. I don't see anybody saying things are... Hi, David, you're broken, busted. Oh, no. Well, relax, rest your nerves. Hi, Sissy. Rest your nerves. Sounds like we got a good transmission. So I had a little introductory video for about a little over a minute. I played on Bumble. Once the chats get developed, I'll play it for everybody so you all get to see it. So, you know, they were making fun of Trump because he came out there and said it was cold in that courtroom. Did y'all see that? Talk about petty tactics. All right? Physical and psychological tactics. You know he's not saying that for nothing. And you know other people are noticing it too. They've got that air conditioner turned down to make people uncomfortable when you have to sit still for a long time, you know? And I guess a lot of you probably saw replays of Morning Schmo and Mika. You remember when those two started dating and making eyes at each other on screen? Wasn't that sickening? But anyway, they were mocking Trump and talking about him being 78 years old and having to do things that he's not used to doing, like sitting down when he's told to, and all this kind of stuff. They're reveling in the most petty crap that you can imagine. And the air conditioning comment reminded me, remember when Trump when he first came into office and he was had a little conference going on, a little press conference in the White House. He wasn't in the Oval Office, but he was in a conference room, and all lights went out. Remember that, folks? It was like a little warning, like a little "we can get to you" type moment. And what I've got there is Bragg BLINKS, because all this talk had been going on. I didn't get myself too involved in it last night, but this business of Mercan wanting to put Mr. T in the joint for supposedly violating the gag order. He was going to have a hearing. Judge McCon could send Trump to jail for up to 30 days. And then after that, they had gag order hearing. Justice Juan Mercan rages at Trump's lawyer. You're losing all credibility. And he did yell, just like Engoron was yelling at Trump's attorneys. So the Secret Service, they put out a little article that the Secret Service was preparing for a potential jailing of Trump. And you know there had to be some behind-the-scenes conversations with the magnitude of that type of a move. So what happens? Well, here we go. Bragg's the one who blinks. Gag order, Alvin Bragg. Jail. One of my broadcasts, I put in the words weakest link. How you doing, Lone Wolf? Diane, how you doing? Angela, nice to see you. Chris, nice to see you. And that was what I was referring to, and I discussed that Bragg was the weakest link. He was the one that didn't want to do it. They made him do it. And who knows? Is he a plant? Is he cooperating? I don't know. But the business of his case, that was his case against Harvey Weinstein. Alvin Bragg's case got overturned because of bringing up supposedly past bad acts, which is what they were just making a motion to do, which Judge Mercan would do in a flash. You know, and as far as Mercan goes, he would love. He went out of his way a couple of days ago to address Trump directly. Even though he has his attorneys, he doesn't have to respond to the judge. He doesn't have to say anything. But when Mercan was saying you have to be here every day or a warrant can be issued for your arrest, he's addressing Trump's attorney. He should be. But for him to directly look at Trump and say, do you understand that I'll put you in jail, or however he worded it, and Trump responded with one word, yes. That was, he just had to exercise authority and to get Trump to respond to his threat. And, you know, that's not the way it works, okay? That's why there's an attorney there, because you don't have to say one word. Mercan knows that. But he is, who knows what Mercan's been told. But as far as the arresting of Trump, but I'm sure Alvin Bragg's been told. And I'm more and more uncomfortable with the idea of Trump showing up at the same building in the same location, the same times every day. Yeah, I know we got great security around there, but I don't know. I don't like it. I tell you what I saw on Telegram the other day. This right here. China's first commercial Ku-band phased array radar satellite, Beijing 4-03, has photographed the main U.S. Navy base in San Diego. Oh, commercial? In other words, they sell access. This isn't their military capabilities. And so here we see satellite views of aircraft carriers docked in San Diego, right down to individual lights on the ships. And being that it's commercial, you know, they're not going to show the military capabilities, how close in they can get, what they can see. You see buildings, details, things like that. I've got another photo, right? Let me see. Where is it? Right here. One that's a little more. Look at there, folks. That's our main military base in San Diego. Hi, Gary. How you doing? Mercan, that's right. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you. Linda, nice to see you. Awaken Trillium. Secret Service job, protect Mr. T no matter what. That's right. That's nobody can put a hand on him, and that's why the Congress is trying to remove his Secret Service protection. Good luck with that. Even though they're all waving Ukrainian flags on the floor of Congress. I don't think they'd go that far to go down in history as to have a former head of state thrown to the wolves, basically. Because, it's not just these lunatic lefties. You're talking about foreign powers, like with ones that want revenge for Soleimani, right? And the one that died like a dog, okay? Operation Kayla. So all those people, that it just the disgusting notion of trying to remove Mr. T's Secret Service, leaving him and his family exposed. Just the desire to do that. It shows you the level of viciousness and disgusting behavior by these people. So anyway, the point I'm getting at with this, this was earlier in the week when this showed up. Just put it on. I'll put it on the screen again. Tajing 4-03 is a commercial. Is that spelled KU band or Ku band? Phased array radar. So they'll contract it out. You know how many intelligence agencies will pay that firm for their access to their satellites? And I mentioned the old drama series 24 with Kiefer Sutherland, right? And I'm going to try to get a clip from, I got to figure out what season it was, where I saw him discussing Ukraine being the largest hub for human trafficking. This was, folks, 15 years ago, way before Trump ever announced, way before, when was that 24? It ran for, I think, 7 seasons, 6 or 7 years, seasons it ran. But anyway, one thing that they had, Jack Bauer had, was real-time satellite access. And right down to thermal imaging, where you could tell where people where people were walking around, which vehicles had their engines running from the heat signature, even where people were on floors of buildings. I'm bringing it up because of my concerns about Trump being in the same building at the same times. With that in mind, it wouldn't surprise me if Mr. T had a double there. Iceland people shut their country down today. What, the farmers, or was it protesting? Because I haven't been on my foreign news sources for about 3 hours setting up videos and stuff. Pictures are very detailed. See what I'm saying? A courthouse is a piece of cake. Did one of the chats just leave? What the? Let me see something. Oh. Yvonne is in the regular comments. Yvonne, we're in the chats. The chats. Slide the bar over. You get into the chats, honey. So anyway, Yvonne's trying to get in. But I thought I saw something disappear. I was reading. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that's coming into Rumble to watch. Let's see. Who is it? Somebody in... let's see. Sheila? I can't really read the comment right now. Maybe in a minute or two I can. But anyway, I appreciate you all. Chat away over there. Ha ha. He even says magma. Right, that's right. Yeah, protesters by the thousands, Gary. Here, that's a good intro for what these pictures I'm gonna put up right now. But anyway, I'm gonna get these satellite pictures off the screen. Just remember that's commercially available to anybody with the money, and they will be getting a lot more detail and serious information than what they're showing on the screen. Here we have, not in the news. First I heard of Iceland's not in the news, so maybe I'll hear about it tonight. But Brazilians are fighting for freedom of speech. They will not allow Brazil to become a far left dictatorship. We talked with our friend Oakman. I don't know his situation right now, but we know that they have arrested their former president because they say he forged his VAX card, right? And they had a setup just like J and then 6, okay? Here's another picture from Citizens Free Press, a different location. Massive rally in Rio against Lula's communist takeover. So you've got people coming out by the hundreds of thousands. Whoops, let me put that back up. People coming out by the hundreds of thousands. I was going to take this one down and put it back up to overlay there. That are protesting. Now, we hear this report from Iceland. We know that Germany had the farmers going for a long time. I don't know what the status of the farmers over in Germany and Poland. And what do I have here is this one right here. This is massive demonstration in Colombia against Colombia's communist government. And there was a helicopter view. You see people are out by the tens of thousands. And look what they're doing in this country, okay? What I say ties right into RICO. They are targeting colleges, paying people. These people you see on the screen right now in the earlier picture I put up, they're not getting paid, okay? They're being starved out, as a matter of fact. And this is spontaneous. Look what they're trying to do in the colleges. They're tracing the, we talked about everybody having green tents, right? Well, they're saying that the suspicion is that these green tents are from CHYNA, right? But also this character right here. How did they get from this coming out to all of a sudden the networks kicking it over to China? If I had to place a bet right here, this is the problem. Georgie Porgy Soriosio is paying student. See that word with the R-A-D? I-C-A-L-S? I can't say that. I'm not allowed to say that word. Now, if I was branded as an anti-Trump channel, I could say whatever I want. But as I'm not, I can't say that word. But anyway, so my money would be on what's left of it. My candy wrappers would be on Soriosio. And the organizations that are tied in with these protests, I guarantee you dollars to donuts are tied in with this creepo right here, Mercan and Goron, all of them, because let me see. I dug this picture up from a while back. Time magazine. Right here. This is about 2020. The, quote, cabal of powerful people who work behind the scenes to, air quotes, save the 2020 election. Time magazine did an article years ago admitting election interference and naming names. Ain't that something? But you know what? Here's a good little meme right here. This was not caused by a Russian hack, okay? Just like all the pictures you see that I had up of people in the streets in Colombia and in Brazil. And what Gary is talking about in Iceland and what was happening in Germany and the reports out of Cuba. Thousands of anti-government rallies. Oh, let me see. Oh, Bev and Mike. Thank you for stopping by buy me a coffee, Bev and Mike. And Angela stopped by buy me a coffee. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. I have a link in the description and in Bumble and on YouTube. I don't know if it's in there or not, but buy me a coffee. Just key in Mountain Man. Hi, Sue. Let's see. Let me see. Let me get my thumbnail back up because when I was younger, I never was a Kennedy fan, but now that I have awakened and realize what they did to us. Oh, okay. 24 started in 2001 and ran 2010. Yeah. Well, that satellite imagery, that technology was all available back then. And also the discussions and comments about a lot of stuff, particularly Ukraine. I don't know, Wanda. She wasn't on a couple of she goes on Diamond Lil's program. She got a day job. And hi Wayne, how you doing? And I tell you, it's hard to be the middle, the person in the middle as far as trying to keep everybody happy in the chats. I mean, somebody comes in with another point of view and you don't agree with it, just ignore it. And, it's not good to have somebody in a position where they pestered to block somebody at the drop of a hat. I want to have engagement, and hard to do when things go a little too wild. So we're gonna just let things go and see if we can have good discussions. Now I'm gonna play a clip that I played as a warm up to. Oh yeah, I'm sure she's okay. You go on Diamond Lil, Swanda? So I'm going to play this clip that I played on as an intro to Rumble. I'm still wondering where my good friends and founders, Robin and Aaron, I hope everybody's okay there. Robin was going to have I'm not giving out full names. See the hand waving there? The little cartoon hand? So I don't like, putting everybody's names out if they don't put their name up. But she was supposed to have surgery, and we haven't heard anything. So anyway, this is a little clip I had on my introductory to Rumble.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward.
Now, I hope I don't get a copyright strike from that little clip, but they got to have their celebration in Argentina when Milei won. And I had to cut a little bit off the end to have it because I can only put 120 seconds on Rumble. And, they're playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and you see that boy crying and everybody just happy as can be. They took that away from us in 2016. Remember that? And with a phony thing on PBS, well, if Hillary can pull out this state and that state, and if the, what did they call them? Unfaithful electors or something like that. They were all for that stuff now. Then, but now they want to lock people up saying they were fraudulent, But they were trying to encourage faithless electors during Trump's victory. But the thing is, the night of the victory, they stole that from us. And Argentina, they didn't steal it from Argentina. The people got to celebrate. And we'll have our celebration. But we have to go through this trial of fire. Here's another clip I got of Milei and some kids on the bus. Oh, did I have my mic on while that video was playing? I don't know. Here, let me play this real quick. That's memories those kids will have for a lifetime. And you just imagine the feeling we're going to have that bottled up since 2016, that the night of 2016 election night when they stole that joy from us. It's going to overflow. It's going to erupt. It's not going to be the way they're painted out to be. Robin, how you doing? I'm sorry, I was talking about you behind your back. I'm just kidding. I was just worried about you. I'm glad to see you in the chats. Nice to see you, sweetheart. That's right. They love him. David, they love him. And Mr. T, I had this meme the other day. I don't know if I put it up, but I'm going to put it up again because I like it. And Wokeness put this up. Judge will arrest you if you miss a day of the trial. You can't leave New York City to campaign. Trump shows up. And he's booking Madison Square Garden. Okay? Let's see if he breaks the record. The record attendance at Madison Square Garden. Does anybody know what event was a record breaker? And I believe it still has the record in Madison Square Garden. I might be wrong if it's still the record holder, but I know it broke a record back in the day. Who can guess what event I'm talking about? And we'll see if Mr. T, Mr. T doesn't like coming in second place. He wants to break a record. And people are really responding really well to wherever he goes in New York. And yeah, hey there, Robin. Nice to see you. I found her. So does anybody know what event broke the record at Madison Square Garden? Here's something Patricia Dixon put up while y'all thinking about that. Trump legal team skeptical about impartiality of juror number 6. There you go. And how you doing, jet lag? And you know that stuff like them making the courthouse really cold is the jurors have got to be noticing that. But who knows what kind of pressure those jurors are going to be under. And let me tell you, you want to talk about surveillance. This is a time, if you want to catch some rats, this is a time to catch some rats. Chris says, Rolling Stones. Jetlag said, Ali fight. All right, Robin, good. Okay? No wonder you weren't able to see the chat. So I hope you're recovering well. Oh, good. We're glad. Ali Foreman fight. No, those are good guesses. But Ali Foreman was not the Thriller in Manila. Where was the rope-a-dope? It was an African country. They fought, I believe, Foreman and Ali. So anyway, the jury's got to see this stuff. But anyway, boy, I tell you what, there is going to be pressure on these jurors, and this is going to be a good time to catch somebody if they're going to, because they got to have a unanimous conviction, right? They have one holdout. It ain't going to look good for the deep and then state, right? So maybe we'll catch some rats trying to commit a felony, jury tampering, just like they did with Durham's first trials. So let me see. I like putting up stuff like this. Whoops, what did I do? Wait a minute. I thought I moved something. There we go. Here we go. Stuff like this. Government, there's aliens now. Me, impressive. Very nice. Now let's see Jeffrey Epstein's client list. Ha ha ha. So if you all want to get a copy of that, there it is on the screen where you can get a copy of it. I understood the record, and I appreciate you all not goggling it. And Wanda said, was it a concert? And no, it was actually, it may not still hold the record, but it did. And it was actually Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. WrestleMania 1. They had estimates were 75,000 to 90,000. Ravenswing said Tyson. No, it was WrestleMania 1, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. So if they don't hold it now, they did hold it at the time. Here's something from Mr. T. Donald Trump says, if they take away my presidential immunity, they take away Joe Biden's presidential immunity. Yeah, I believe that was 89. I think that record held. If it doesn't still hold, it held for a long time, but I believe it's still the record. Yeah. David, it was in the 80s, and Andre the Giant died in 92, I think. He died 3 years afterwards. So here, let's put this up. And this is April 11th through the 16th. Let's see what the end of the month polls say, not the middle of the month. Look at the difference, plus 22 in Georgia. Wait a minute. Joe Biden won Georgia. Yeah, sure he did. Michigan, there. If Nikki's listening, 11 points up in Michigan. Pennsylvania, up 12 points. Up 9 points in Wisconsin. So, yeah, they're all sweating bullets. Now, if somebody is listening in the chats, or somebody comes in the chats with a hard head and still doesn't like Trump, just remember this. It's a fact. And I believe it's going to be presented as evidence. Pennsylvania had 600,000 votes coming after midnight election night for Joe. Ridiculous number, an impossible number. And he only won by, 10,000 votes? 12,000? No, he didn't. You're right, Ravens, but we got to play along. Hi, Terry. How you doing? So people that can't comprehend those kinds of numbers, Trump was up by hundreds of thousands after midnight. 600,000 come in all for Joe, and he only wins by 10 or 11,000. That right there, okay, any rational, reasonable person would know there's something rotten in Denmark. So we got to watch out for what they do. Here's something that happened through the week. This was on my foreign channels coming through. Third 155 millimeter factory to suffer an explosion fire this week. 2 in the United States, 1 in the United Kingdom. 2 Russian saboteurs were arrested in Germany. And don't forget they had that one guy wanted to BLOW himself up. Was it in Italy? Okay, so Russia has a long track record of this since 2014. They've blown up 6 in Ukraine, 2 in the Czech Republic, 1 in Bulgaria. This is UK's only 155 millimeter shell plant reports blasts. No serious damage for the factory tonight, 2 days ago, blah, blah, blah. Today in Germany, 2 Russian saboteurs. Now, this is Russian media responding to that. That they did confirm it was 2 Russian saboteurs. So, arrested in Germany. Who knows who did the ones in the United States and the UK. But, hey, we got stuff going on, folks. Head on a swivel. Here we go. This is going to be talked about more and more. Now the mainstream media is slow, if ever, to put out O'Keefe, stuff from James O'Keefe. Now, he was with Project Veritas, for those of you who don't know, out in the chats. Project Veritas basically kicked their founder out, James O'Keefe. He's gone off on his own. James O'Keefe has gotten an undercover video of people selling human organs, okay? From Planned Parenthood, if you get my drift. He's found out a lot of stuff undercover. So they basically pulled it out from under him, and Project Veritas has gone belly up, and James O'Keefe is still pushing forward. James O'Keefe Media Group uncovers who is really running the White House. Special advisor reveals that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are still involved behind the scenes in a video of that. Mr. T's been telling us that stuff, okay? Who the puppet masters are. Holy cow, Gary went to buy me a coffee. Big time. I appreciate it, Gary. I will give you some booms. I'll give everybody booms. Somebody in the chat's give Gary some booms. Gary, give yourself a bunch of booms. But if I do my special effects, the chats get stuck on the screen for some weird reason. So I will do that towards the end of the broadcast. But anyway, to even CNN, folks, I want to pick your all's spirits up, okay? This is to pick your, putting out my worry about Mr. T being in New York all the time. That may be a blessing in disguise. He's reaching out. I mean, for people to physically see him, it's a thrill. Thank you, Outlandish single songwriter. Boom, 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 for Gary. And it may be a blessing in disguise, but let me play this. CNN even got to, in their snotty way, admit that Trump is moving forward.
What are you seeing behind the numbers that might indicate why this is all
happening? Yeah, I think there's a lot of talk in this campaign about the lesser of two evils. I'm not quite sure that is an apt description, right? This is viewed favorably across Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. In the 2020 exit polls, what do we see? 50% of voters view Joe Biden on average favorably in those states, compared to just 45% for Donald Trump. Look at the Joe Biden trend line where he is now. Joe Biden is far less liked than he was 4 years ago. Just 43% of voters now view Joe Biden favorably in these states. And Donald Trump, despite everything that has happened, is actually slightly more liked. 47% favorable rating. So this isn't just a lesser of two evils that's going on. The fact is that Donald Trump is, in fact, better liked than he was 4 years ago, and is better liked than Joe Biden is right now in these battleground states. It's pretty gosh darn clear.
Perrian, great to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. That's great news, even though it's probably a heck of a lot more than that. But I tell you what I was looking for as I was going through my old pictures. An article that was talking about employees for UTISL. This was about 3 years ago. I haven't found it. But I know the gist of it. That's, excuse me, that some of the bosses at UTISL were concerned. And they were concerned because a lot of people that were reviewing videos were turning conservative. The employees were turning conservative. So that was before the censorship really happened. But now, hey, I'm keeping that in mind too. If my videos get reviewed, is there going to be some young person that's going to change their mind? But anyway, this is a little kludge of truths that Trump put out that I found very interesting. And, I'm not reading anything into it. I'm just telling it like it is. Let me see something real quick here. I'm wondering where we are. I can't pull it up. But anyway, if you think about it, give me a thumbs up. But anyway, the last truth is a real interesting one. They're all interesting, but prior to them zeroing in on Soros, Trump put this out really early in the week. How do so-called nonprofits get away with spending all their time on money on, quote, getting Donald Trump? That's not the deal. We are watching these thugs and sleazebags closely. What he means by that's not the deal is that these 501c3s and nonprofits, they are supposed to be politically neutral, inactive. They're breaking the law, in other words. We're watching these sleaze bags closely. And then you got the one, remove the gag order. What do you have to hide? And that's one of the ones they want to put him in jail over. But this is one I found interesting. Now, I don't read the New York Post, but Trump put this out. Congratulations to Michael Goodwin of the New York Post for exposing the Democrats and their mostly illegal presidential campaign against me and the Republican Party. Great journalism. Illegal presidential campaign against me. Okay, that is where we get into illegal psychological warfare campaigns. But the same time he put this tweet out, or truth, New York Post, that the front page was this. I never put it up. Was picking on Marjorie Taylor Greene. New York Post, GOP rebels defeated as House passes $61 billion Ukraine aid. Net Moscow Marjorie. And I think Trump put out that truth to blunt the effect of this front page and to get people to read Michael Goodwin's article. Because these nonprofits are all going to lead back to the NGOs, non-governmental organizations run by Soros and the other. I won't even call them communists. I'll call them NAZIs, okay? NAZIs. So anyway, here. Enough days have gone by. I'm sure the family's been notified. I don't show these things right away because sometimes you don't even know if the family's been notified. But here we have, again, another U.S. Soldier, mercenary. I've shown passports, photographs, names. I've even seen videos where, bad things happen. But this is a young man over New Crizzle, another American mercenary. Ian Burdett was eliminated in the Special Operations Zone. This happened about 5 days. So I've had, I guess by now, I was made aware of, where I've seen proof, where I've seen military ID cards, passports, actual photos, like this one here, in the dozens. Who knows how many are over there? And they, starting at $9,000 a month, maybe this kid was getting $12,000 a month, but you can't take it with you, kid. Donald Trump Jr. put this out the other night. I didn't put it up. I might as well put it up. It blamed Joe Biden and brought up the Afghan withdrawal, that Russia was emboldened because of his foolish decisions in Afghanistan. So Mitch McConnell is at least towing the line on that subject. But Donald Trump Jr., this was posted by Russian media, reposted by Russian media. Well, that scares the you-know-what out of me, but Iran is probably laughing their rear ends off. Carl Higbee couldn't imagine why Iran is emboldened these days. And there you see them, the confused people, I'll call them that. And this was the Russian media's response. Trump Jr. ridiculed the combat effectiveness of NATO generals. So I believe this is a U.S. No, that is different country. Had a little meeting of all the confused people. Now, part of the thing that makes this an illegal psychological warfare campaign and invokes RICO is coordinated messaging, folks. Coordinated messaging, all right? Financing upheaval. But here's a good example of coordinated messaging. Citizen Free Press, again. Gavin Newsom feels very 80 years behind me than those 88 federal criminal counts in front of me. You remember we had somebody come in the chats and it shows you how effective this coordinated messaging is. They said, how many charges has Donald Trump caught? He's catching these charges. If he was a good person, he wouldn't be catching these charges. And my response was, no, they're the ones that are dreaming them up. Okay? He's not catching anything. He's being assaulted with these phony charges. And Gavin Newsom, as we've discussed in the past, is Nancy Pelosi's nephew, but Gavin Newsom is not his real name. I used to have a meme that showed a picture of him when he was a young hippie and what his real name was. But we'll find out. But Jen Psaki, you see in the picture there, they all get jobs with mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, George Slopanopoulos, okay, Jen Pukey, all right, you see on the screen right now, and all those retired FBI guys, John Brennan with the C.I.A. They're all working for the mainstream media because they burnt out. They burned out independent reporters that are not capable of putting forth a coordinated narrative. So they have to actually come out of the woodwork, just like Mr. Sweaty Man Weissman. Okay? So, speaking of, where is that picture? I mean, look at this crap right here. These people need to be impeached, removed. Bill Pascrell, to all the Republicans who just booed me and my colleagues on the House floor for Ukraine flags, here's my answer. Screw Putin and Father Slava Ukraine. And he's got his goofball flag draped around his neck. We need to throw them the hell out. But as far as coordinated messaging, I've got, man, I'm already up to my hour. I didn't get to do my Mountain Man quiz. I have a quiz. And, I can't forget about this. DJT put up a happy birthday to Melania, and Patricia Dixon did too. Here we go. Happy birthday, Melania. I saw a picture of her and Trump, Donald Trump, and then Barron when he was, I guess, 8 or 9 years old, and it's just amazing how much he's grown. But anyway, we gotta wish Melania a happy birthday, even though I was kind of taken aback about that other situation. But anyway, we won't talk about that tonight. Let's see. Let me show you how when you can say stuff and not worry about your words you choose. When you have a channel like this, Midas Trash, MTN, Midas Trash Network, we see what happened in the trial, that Pecker got up there and disclosed that he does the same type of business transaction non-disclosure agreements for Arnold Schwarzenegger and he named Tiger Woods, and he named a high official in the Obama and Clinton administrations of buying stories. They called them, they squashed the stories. But no, with Trump, they coordinate the term catch and Kill. Pecker never called it that. Cohen never called it that. That was a dog whistle code term dreamt up by the DOJ that's hunting after Trump to make it seem like Trump is using that terminology. Okay, associate him with the words Kill. Just like when articles crop up on my phone, they say Trump attacks Judge Mercan. Trump attacks this person. Not that he responds, but he attacks. But these morons, here's a little dose of what they put up. Trump keeps spiraling, putrid and out of control. Trump, very bad day, as trial witnesses called. Very bad day. It was a strong day. Every attorney that you watch, Viva Frey, Robert Gavoya, any of them, said that was a bad day for Bragg. Getting that case against Weinstein thrown out, okay? It being shown that this is an accepted business practice, non-disclosure by very wealthy people, but this is the way they portrayed. Here's some more. They're garbage. Don't click on their video. Don't comment on their video. I just go there to monitor these people. Look at this kind of garbage they put out. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I think these people are will be part of a RICO case. I would not be surprised if they were part of a RICO case, colluding and conspiring to interfere with the presidential elections, particularly if they have law degrees, misrepresenting the law and engaging in lawfare. Visibly shocked by testimony, Trump looked shell-shocked after leaving criminal trial 9 hours ago. They put up half a dozen videos a day, 800,000 views in 9 hours, folks. He works for MAGA. Stop falling for this crap. Trump caught staging new scam before trial. I hope that whoever they single out in this video can sue their eyeballs out of their head if they're misrepresenting this person or anybody in their video as not being an American worker or claiming they're participating with Trump in some kind of fraudulent activity. I hope they get to sue their eyeballs out of their heads. That was 3 hours before the one you saw earlier. Let me see what other kind of garbage they put up. This is just a day in a day. Here we go. Hama strikes again. In 15 minutes, folks, Trump lawyer makes a fool of herself at interview on trial. Oh, I hope she gets to sue them. And look at this. Don't bring this to us. Ruling by top New York court is bad news for judge. Bad news for Trump. What are they talking about? They were talking about presidential immunity, which is before the Supreme Court, okay, and it ain't looking good for them. Then this one. No one showed Donald, you're all alone. Over 500,000 views in 4 hours, folks. This is propaganda and it's in high gear. Their videos are being pushed out for these kinds of views in this short amount of time. Okay? Trump put out a truth that said they have such high security around there, no supporters can even approach the building. And why are they spending police forces like that against Trump supporters when New York colleges are getting overran by a bunch of paid activists. This is another one. Scowling and sleeping at trial. Scowls at reporters. And what's the views there? 189 views in 3 hours. So it's all coordinated. It's all being put out there. And we can thank Obama for removing this Smoot-Hawley Act, or whatever the name of that, where you can't put out propaganda. Here you go. Fight for your freedom like you fought for toilet paper. I haven't been paying attention to the chats. Let me see here. Yeah, 100% funded. That's right, single songwriter. Yeah, Mary, it was WrestleMania 1. Eyes to see and ears to hear. Ha 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 ha. Oh, let me. Scowling at the fake news, that's right. So, I'm just seeing if it. Hi, Bill. Yeah, I like the show before you go. Oh my gosh, it's been an hour and 6 minutes. Let me see. I've got stuff I didn't put up. But anyway, let's put this up. Okay, when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Where there's going to be continuing persecution of people of faith. And we got to stand our ground. Here we go. The blind lead the blind. Both will fall into a pit. Just remember that, people. Yeah, I hope there are people that are watching that are trying to wake up. But anyway, this is one of my openings I used to do on my videos. How many of y'all remember this is what I used to open my videos with? Different iterations, different pictures, but the same song. How many of you remember this? Ha ha ha. I found a bunch of those clips and I'm going to pull some of them out and use them in the future. But anyway, I've got a lot of stuff. I guess we can get to another night. What do y'all think about an idea? I'm going to do a short video. It's going to be nothing about the VAX, okay? Just a whole bunch of memes and news stories, and I'm going to throw it up on the new channel, and maybe I'll get in trouble, and maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm thinking about it because I just run out of time so fast before I could put my memes up. But they're touchy memes anyway. How you doing, Andrew? Yeah, Biden says he's going to debate Trump. We shall see. We shall see. Trump says he doesn't mean it. Let me see. Is this the one? Let me see. Oh, this is one I had my. Trump is playing it coy with this Ukraine stuff. What he's saying is, how come Europe isn't giving more money? This is a couple of days old. Okay? As everyone agrees, Ukrainian survival and strength should be much more important to Europe than to us. But it's also important to us, get moving Europe. In other words, they need to kick in some money. A Mountain Man Memes channel, yeah. Whoops, I'm just moving it over so I can see the chats. They're hard to read with a white background. Hard to read with a white background. Yeah, we got to listen to other opinions. That's exactly right. You put them in the hopper, and your gift of reason, your gift of logic, comes out with the right answer if you have wisdom, and true wisdom begins with fear of the Lord, right? If you don't have fear of the Lord, you have no wisdom. You can't. It's impossible. You can be conniving. You can be crafty. But you can't have wisdom. You can be sneaky and tricks and garbage like that. Here we go. But if you don't have fear of the Lord, you don't have any brains in your head in the long going. So anyway, folks, I have a clip here that's 2 minutes long. I can't even remember what it was. I'm going to play it on the way out, though. It should be all right if it's in my studio. I put it in my studio for a reason. Here they are. Death to America after you pay off my college loans first. Ha ha ha, with a shake of air shirt. Oh, boy. So anyway, let me find that 2-minute clip. And it shows Homer Simpson. I don't know why. I can't remember. I took that clip about a week ago. Where are you, clip? Here it is. Oh, before I do that, here's a creepy picture. I didn't crop it down yet, but Elusive Truth put it up. Unpack this. Courtesy of the Biden campaign. Jill Biden with sons Beau left and Hunter right. What in the world? Did I read that right? Jill Biden with sons Beau left and Hunter right in 1976. Unpack that. So anyway, I appreciate you all spending your precious time with me. We're both going to find out what this clip is all about, because I can't remember. I'm getting old. And I appreciate everybody for helping out with the channel tonight. Gary, Mike and Bev. I know I'm on the big screen with Mike and Bev, but I had a good Trump video and Millet video. Ha-ha, Angela, appreciate you helping. And Norm helped out. Got up in the morning, got a cup of coffee, and said, I'm getting Mountain Man a cup of coffee too. And Hawks Marsden, I appreciate you, helped out the other day. And Lone Wolf, Loved Garden, and Wanda helped out through the week. I appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. And thank you, Ravens. I appreciate that. Jeffrey, how you doing? So Outlandish, where'd you snuck in on me? Larry snuck in on me. She was their babysitter. Yeah. Weird. But anyway, folks, thank you for spending your precious time with me. I'm going to try to post something on the new channel on Utizzle, all one word, Mountain Man Speaks, okay? And I'm going to be uploading videos onto Bumble from here to Bumble over the weekend. And I'll see if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I go live. Thank you, Robin. I hope you feel better, sweetheart. It's nice hearing from you. And David, back at you, and thank you for coming by tonight. You all enjoy this video. Have a great night. I'll try to enjoy it too. And I'll see you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
Could he actually win?
No freaking way!
Which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Donald Trump.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
Trump will not be president.
Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
You're not going to be president.
A man who will never be president of the United States.
Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Take it to the bank.
He will never be president.
Donald Trump is not going to become president of the United States.
She's at plus 19. Do you think the tapes made a difference? Of course! They made all the difference!
This race is over.
Hillary Clinton has raised more than double Donald Trump, vastly outspending him.
The presidency at about 89% for Hillary Clinton.
Your analytical model has never been wrong. Now projects Hillary Clinton to win presidential election.
100% chance. You still think she has a 100% chance of winning the election?
I do. And what would Donald Trump have to do to turn things around?
Prayer and hope for a Festivus miracle.
This is CNN's coverage of election night in America. The fight for the presidency.
We don't care. Oh, okay, have Kentucky. Who cares?
Kentucky.
Don't care about Indiana. Don't care.
Indiana with West Virginia, Carolina, Alabama, Kansas, Nebraska, and Wyoming with its vote, North Dakota and South Dakota, Texas.
Up and down the middle of the country, all red.
Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri.
Yeah, it was at 80% an hour ago for Clinton.
What is it now?
68%.
Okay, God damn it, I'm nervous.
Ohio.
Hold. Ohio, gone.
Idaho.
All.
North Carolina.
God damn it, if we need Florida, are you shitting me?
Florida.
It is fucking panic time.
Georgia.
Donald Trump now the favorite to win the presidency.
Iowa.
New York Times now has it at 95% chance.
Utah.
Can still win, but in order to do so, she has to win Wisconsin.
God
damn it. Fuck
Arizona.
Alaska.
Pennsylvania.
Michigan.
What a night.